Club Radio.
Check it out.
Drop it.
Club Light Radio, this is DJ Georgia Nicole right now, and I'm so glad this Mother's Day weekend to bring you something very, very, very special. As you know, we are undergoing what we call the expansion, and right now, this is one of our mainframe DJs. I'm telling you, if you're not checking out what he's doing, get on the website, check him out. DJ IQ in the mix. This is what you want to be a part of right now in the name of Jesus. And so I wanted to introduce him and let him say hi to the crowd so you can get to know who's playing this music. I mean, he's so talented. So say something, say what's up.
What's up around the world? This is DJ IQ. Wiki 1 2. What's up?
I love it. And so you guys have been listening to IQ for at least a month and a half now? Yeah. I mean, he came and he guest DJ'd for us 1 week, and I'm telling you, after that, we couldn't get enough. We're trying to figure out how to just keep him forever. We're trying to take him off his job any day.
Amen to that.
Amen. So here's the deal. We need to let the Club Light listeners know who is this man behind the turntables right now. So tell us a little bit about yourself, about your history. How did you get DJing? Everybody always wants to know that. How did you start DJing?
All right, well, that's kind of funny because it all started back in the day when TV had Yo MTV Raps.
Right?
And actually probably even a little bit before that. So I think Raps was like at 88, so probably 86 or something like that. I really got into hip-hop. I was on the b-boy scene prior.
Were you a b-boy?
Yeah, I did some b-boy stuff.
What?
When I was about, 85, 95 pounds lighter.
He's not a big guy. Don't even listen to him right now.
So, but anyway, so yeah, just the whole hip-hop thing just completely took me by storm. And I fell in love with it. And the DJ always caught my eye.
Right.
I came from a family that every Friday, Saturday night, Pops would crank up the stereo. We was just there's always music in the house. So coming from this atmosphere, the whole urban thing and all that was a little different for my parents. Being that I'm Caucasian and all. And back then where everything was segregated.
Right.
You know what I mean? You this, you this,
Where
you do this.
What part of the country are you from?
I'm from here.
You're from here?
I'm from here.
Nobody would ever know. This dude is east to the core, man. I'm serious.
I have a lot of friends and family that are, and a boss too. And
wow.
I got this problem of picking up accents wherever I go.
You ain't no different than Bigfoot Mike, that's for sure.
Yeah, one of those kind of dips on me.
Yep.
So anyway, I started with a boombox that had faders that went up and down, left and right, and a turntable, and I would just bring the fader up and down to try to scratch. I wanted to know how to scratch it. Didn't have a mixer. Finally, I got a mixer, and I started doing, at 15, I started doing like little house parties and birthday parties and stuff. And from there, it just kind of took off. Like that was what I was supposed to do. Yeah. And I've tried to abandon DJ certain seasons in my life, and it comes back to haunt me. And so I know that by God's grace, that's one of the gifts that He's given me, and it's to obviously share the gospel message to the listeners' ears.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about how you got to the gospel message and how did gospel hip hop come into your life, because this is not a transition that all of us make. Is coming into gospel and hip hop, because to some degree, probably around the time when a lot of us in this age group have gotten saved, there was still that dividing line a little of, when you come in, you got to let this go. And so, what was your transition like?
That was very difficult for me because even today, some of the stuff I'm spinning is stuff that I'm still. I'm trying to learn it. I'm a boom bap, jazzy, MPC sample create kind of a cat. And so when I crossed over, before I got saved, there was a lot of kids and they were like listening to DC talk, you know what I mean? Right. And
but that's what you got from the Billy Graham Crusade. You got DC talk. That's what you got.
That's the DC talk. I'm not slamming them.
We love y'all. Toby, you the man.
Yeah, brothers in Christ and all, word up.
Right.
But still, wasn't really my flavor. When I got saved, and the whole hip hop thing, it was really difficult to find music, at least beat wise, that I could bop my head to. And a friend of mine named Stacy Dillard hooked me up with Coy Red and Precise album, and then I was in heaven. It was done deal, because I knew where I was as a sinner saved by grace. And so some of the more of the bubblegum stuff that was out at the time just wasn't really touching me. I kind of came from the rougher end of some things, and a lot of the friends and whatever, so have you. So that really spoke to me.
Wow, yeah.
And so from there, even today, like I say, it's kind of hard to find cats that are still coming off with the creative, jazzy stuff. There's a cat in Queens named Kay Sparks that I totally love.
We're not playing enough of him. We need to play more.
I got it one track pretty much in every single mix. And now another cat I'm kind of plugging too is my man Jordan Taylor.
Yeah, plug Jordan, please.
Because Jordan he's not coming with the boom bap, but he's coming with the creative, and he's coming with the street gully again. And that's again, you're reaching where God put me was back where I came from. It wasn't, I'm not preaching to the choir. With my music and with outreach or whatever, I'm preaching to cats on the street, dudes that are struggling with stuff, and I try to put a lot of that in my mix. Things that these brothers that are now saved are rapping about, to plug back into the street and just trying to create that investment of going back and forth. So
wow, so really you had much of the same struggle that we've had, which is finding that music that meets that criteria of still good, but still God. And it's true, there was a period of time where that middle line was really hard to find. I was telling the story a few weeks ago, I think, and I was talking about when I was in high school, and I really got serious for the Lord, and I started to try to transition my music, and the only thing I could really transition to at the time was like Kirk Franklin, because there was nothing there. And then I think A1 Swift came out and some other groups, but still, for where I was coming from, it was very bubblegum for them. So people would listen and I'd say, hey, listen to this, and they say, hey, we know that's Christian. Like, why? They said, because it's okay. So they said it wasn't meeting the standard. So right now, there's a little transition that's taking place. And like you said, Jordan is doing a fantastic job. I can't wait to get him in here this month. I know we're planning on interviewing him later on this month. How did you meet up with Jordan? Because when I met you, you were DJing for Jordan Taylor. I mean, back then he was Barabbas, I think, at the time. Barabbas the Rebel.
And so that was with I-65.
Yeah.
And how I met them was actually, I think it was the second Sound and Pound when Shylin was here.
Shylin.
I came like mad early. The Lord had myself and my family. We were kind of moving out of one church and into another due to some circumstances. And so I was friendless. Absolutely had nobody. And so I was crying out to God, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the Sound and Pound. So I went there, and they're doing a sound check. And the first thing, they catch eye contact with me. So I walk over to him. I'm there mad early. There's like nobody else there but cats setting up.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, my name is DJ IQ.
Yeah.
And I'm looking to get down. What's going on? And they all shook their hand, and we built relationship. And then from there, I became the DJ for I-65 for a short time.
Wow.
And we did some shows and such. And then from there, Jordan kind of did his thing and I did my thing and such and so forth, and now we're kind of reconnecting in a musical sense as far as playing music for him and trying to get things up and running. But yeah, super cool cat. Yeah,
he's real cool. I really appreciate what he's bringing to the table. He's definitely really unique and creative, so I'm looking forward to having him in at the end of this month, and that's because of you. We get him. So grateful. Well, yeah, so we're right here talking to DJ IQ. Y'all hang on, we're gonna cut to some music and we'll be right back right here on Club Light Radio.
Godhead. Passed it when the man's rib had Adam spitting that old poem, awestruck. Looking at the woman like, oh shucks, he's bugging out. What you know about it? Boy was caught up, attracted. What God brought together, don't attack it. He hates that. Discord, divorce, not a fan, kid. One flesh. Centuries of mystery. The son's death ripped the veil. Now it's been revealed. Peep the oneness. Profound. Leaving cleave to Eve. She's his own now. When he is hers, Jesus in the church be the pronouns. Engaged. Committed to mission till the big day. The bridegroom will arrive soon. Until then, wait. Harvest. Working like the first in the garden. The last Eve sowing that seed. She is all of us.
Unified body transform. Got it by the head. Got it by the head. Got it by the head. Unified body transform. Got it by the head. Got it by the head. Control is what edges teeth of mixture.
The unity of the spirit and the bond of peace, kind of an anomaly, but not in God's economy. Connected and battle tested, best respect it. And the gates of hell, no, we ain't to be messed with. The body's in the building, the people not the steeple. The body is the building. Keep the gorgeous floor plus the lobby and the ceiling. How you love God but won't poly with his children, huh? One of the reasons that Jesus was bleeding for to unify you and I, one body, fam, Ephesians 4. Christ crucified, buried and risen, and Christ was unified. There's no division. The sun's so gung-ho for unity. John 17:21-23. We form both feet, both legs, both hands, chest, head, both arms, bone strong.
Unified body transform. Got it by the head. Got it by the head. Unified body transform.
Brothers at the Lord is given for me to walk with. I'm Voltron with him, I live it and see it often. It's more than just collabing up in the lab and rapping over these tracks. These brothers back it with acts that go beyond the stage and lights, regardless of the fame and hype. Picture the Levite taking aim upon the stain and spraying white, but not consider it beneath them neither to exchange a mic. Essentially to wash the feet of mad believers in this life. I seen this brother put in work from cleaning the church building, the building with the saints in the church and working the building. Yo, I can testify as a witness. I seen
Christ-like multiply your existence.
and I love it when the rappers rapping on and off the stage. I can attest from actor doulas bond serving like a slave. Cause if you're with my church on Sunday morning and you like how that sound, you can thank him at the sound booth. He's serving in the background. And if you checking for him round the middle of the week, then you can catch him where his West Philly Life Group is meeting. I'm grateful that he's faithful. Hebrews 10:25 in it. He's building with the saints to facilitate discipleship. Romans 12:4-8 provides the blueprint for us to grow on and form a strong bond with the saints. But peep the head of the regime, Colossians 1:18. Under Christ we conform and Voltron with the King.
War, crime, violence, fist stop.
Yeah.
War, crime, violence, fist stop.
Uh-oh.
War, crime, violence, fist stop.
God over money. Let's go.
Violence, fist stop. Violence, fist stop. Violence, fist stop.
Look.
Violence, fist stop. Violence, fist stop.
Oh yeah.
Violence, fist stop.
And introduced it.
You know,
Listen.
hey biz, they talk a lot of gas, I'ma douse that hype. That chopper on the dash make them bounce back, right? Run your mouth and they gon' come up in your house at night. In reality, most of them ain't about that life. Liars, Team GON, we go in, putting God above a dollar, cause a lot of y'all don't need to see the pan. It's greed in what you speaking and you feeding it to them, leaving them anemic in freedom, obese and evil and sin. You speaking of bleeding, how about needles in your skin? Nails in your wrist and feet will have you screaming to the end. And this ain't even you taking the beating for your friends, but enemies, can't you see that was Jesus so we could win? Satan take the L again, gets it straight to hell with him. Plenty cooking beef, really they full of gelatin. Tell a friend and tell a friend what they sell is irrelevant. They yelling what you smoking, something's potent in your element. Nowadays blood gets splattered over Nike checks as if the latest fashion was a matter of life and death. If I'm shot, to do with the Glock don't matter, cause it's God who will decide what I go after.
War, crime, violence, fist stop. War, crime, violence, fist stop. War, crime, violence, fist stop.
Passing it the bumps.
Violence, fist stop.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay, here we go again. They ain't talking, even they say they bring them 40s in. Most of them be lying, screaming they won't beef with them, retreating, go get 5-0.
What part of the game is that?
I don't really know, but yo, inside I bet they hurting, cause they tired of the violence and firing for certain. When I listen to they CDs and I'm riding to they verses, man, they swear they catching bodies. Homicidal is the verdict. Contributing to that mischief in. I don't really know they list the sins. G.O.D. I'll live for him, he's bigger than those dividends. Oh yeah, we finna win, cause his all meat we listed in. Everybody gotta get it when I gotta spit it on my microphone about it, I'm living in. Woo! Music can be so counterproductive, making dollars for frontin', encourage violence and stunting. So I'ma be here with my proverbial peace sign, posted up on my tree line, ripping it hard on each line. Go.
Violent fist up. War crime, violent fist up. War crime, violent fist up. Violent fist up.
Yeah,
Violent fist
Bizzle.
up.
Violence reigns in the hood where they dying from the ire and fire and moms crying in pain. They riding the Leviathan, the Messiah is higher than liable to get plucked like a violin string. This a new day though, I am on my J.O. P and I keep it G.O.M. Dago. Some of them I hate though, tell them all lay low, cause we roll with the keeper of peace, no NATO. I am not a dummy, I'm not up for Satan's payroll. Keep that monopoly money, we call it Play-Doh. I need bread, God got it covered like mayo. Here to reach all colors like the label crayon. H to the Bayon, beats get 8 on. God over money be the team we play on. Bible was the playbook, Christ be the leader, and I praise God I am a receiver of the grace throne. Pluck seeds of the truth I sow. I wish I hated wood like a 2x4. I scrub the church toilet with your new God flow, cause I serve a true God whom you do not know.
War crime, violent fist up. War crime, violent fist up. War crime, violent fist up. Violent fist up. Violent fist up.
Club Light Radio, once again, DJ George and Nicole, and we are table talking right now with DJ IQ, one of the mastermind DJs behind this Club Light Radio project. And I'm telling you, check out his mixes online, check out his tab right here on the website, because you are in for a treat. This man is definitely not just a, casual DJ. This is his creative outlet. So I want you to hear what he's saying. Go back and listen to the earlier part of the broadcast. So now let's talk to you a little bit about things that are on your heart. Tell us a little bit about what you see trending in the scene right now, and where would you like to actually see it go?
I would like to see. That's a good question.
That's interesting. I want to know. I want to know what's in their mind.
You should have hit me up during the break so I had a chance to think about that.
No way! I want pure.
Yeah, I know. Right. I know, real deal. So, right now it's kind of a. Depending on who you're following, half of the guys say that we're starting to get that little flaky going on in the Christian hip hop realm. Mm-hmm. And then we got some others that are just true bone. Another one that's also true is my man Alex Faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's another cool. But
yeah, he was just here the other day, wasn't he?
Yeah. So that is So there's some division to it. What I would like to see though is. I would like to see more of the gospel message in the music.
Yeah.
More of the transparency, because that's what I'm about. Is transparency. I don't hide nothing. And I really feel that that's what God wants us to do. Yeah. It's from the struggles that I think we can bond. We have opportunity to build and pray and so that's, for me, that's kind of big.
Well, you're bringing up something really important now. And there's that ongoing struggle that we have in especially this scene. Knowing that hip-hop is one of the most real types of music out there, or used to be one of the most real types of music out there. That was the expectation. Mm-hmm. And with Christian hip-hop, that should be at the pinnacle of it all, because we're really communicating the true message. So with this change in scene, what do you think kind of is driving that right now, when people are like, hey, I'm a Christian doing music versus doing Christian music? What do you think? What kind of factors do you think are contributing to that? Do you think it's just like artists are just being whoever they are as artists, or do you think they're getting too far away, or what do you think?
Well, I think some of them are trying to get seen. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, this is a market that you're not going to be Jay-Z in this market. And by God's grace, Lecrae got where he's at, and he's probably going to be one of the only ones that achieve that.
Yeah.
for the most part, you're kind of doing it for the love of the gospel and for the love that God has on you back to the people. And so I think that some they kind of trying to find a way to maybe get a little more,
get a little shine.
Yeah, a little more shine, extra wax, extra polish. Yeah,
you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, and I think because the market is ripening. A lot of people are trying to drive on that, and being a DJ, and I'm sure that you can attest to this as well. It gets really hard to find original music right now. Would you say?
Absolutely. And what I'm after is musically, I'm looking for stuff that's creative, because to me, I feel that shows a real love for what you're doing, versus just throwing together, a little beat with some, I call them the sprinklers, a little 16th and 30 seconds. Little sprinklers, man,
The sprinklers, I love it.
I know, right? So, anyway, so let's get creative with the music. Let's get back into some sampling elements, and let's move forward again with topics that aren't normally talked about in the pews of the church.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we all still struggle. Now, Christian hip hop is starting to deal a lot with the struggles that men have with sex and perversion and all that goes along with that. And so I applaud that.
Yeah, like Christian Grey. I mean, his School of Roses album was all over that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so that's huge, because those are still decisions and things that the devil, obviously, if that was an area you struggled in, that's definitely an area that the devil is going to continue to try to throw something your way or have something walk your way or whatever. And so to know maybe a hook from a line or something that maybe helps encourages you to not look that way or to kind of build that. I like that kind of stuff. Me too. And I think, back in the day we used to get a lot more of that with with people talking about certain topics or issues. And like you said, we maybe strayed away because I think part of that is the Christian scene almost trying to parallel the secular scene in trend rather than creating the trend themselves. Exactly. And you're right. It really goes down to individual creativity again. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. Wow. So right now, what would you say your style is when you play? When you're getting in, you're like, okay, like this is my sound when I'm the DJ right now. This is it. Wow. I know that's hard. It's very hard. Because I don't have the same every 2 days in a row. Yeah, no. Again, it's gonna be something that has a really cool vibe to it. Some kind of a melody that kind of just gets the flow. Trying to think of maybe like some actual tracks right off the top of my head here. But being that I'm recorded right now, I'm drawing a blank. So don't worry, we love you. You can take your time for like 5 more minutes. So I know, right? But anyway, yeah. So again, I like K Sparks probably has some of the hottest, and Jordan Taylor has some of the hottest. I picked up a Jay Givens track the other day with that Beauty and the Beast sample. I know I slipped on it, but again, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, when I heard that track, I had no chance. I had no choice but to drop it in. But when was it? Like 2 weeks ago? Oh my goodness! When I heard that, I said this has got to be by far one of my favorites right now. Yeah, just for production wise, he came with it, and he always comes with it lyrically. Yeah, he's always on topic, but on point. The lyricism wise, it's nuts. He's always got 3 layers to rap in. So I love Jay Givens. Are you listening, Jay Givens? Call me. No doubt, for sure. Let's see what else is kind of out there that's super hot. But well, I tell you what, there's a cat the other day that I saw on YouTube that's getting ready to get a deal through Rapzilla. Is what Vocab told me. But anyway, his name is No Big Deal. Huh. Nobig. I think it's DYL. Okay. Dude's on point. He's got the little Biggie beat that he raps to. Well, they trick it out, which is cool. Okay. They put their twist on, and So yeah, that's going to be probably another guy that I'm looking at. And then there's another cat that I seen. I don't know what he's saying, but he's a Christian rapper from France.
Huh.
But the beats are on point. I'll have to Google Translate.
I can translate some of it.
Oh, can you? What
yes,
up?
I can.
All right then. So I'll have to throw the track at you, and you can let me know.
It's gonna take me a day.
Fair enough.
And $12.
Oh, okay, I might handle that. I might be able to handle that.
Handle that 12. Handle that 12. No Monopoly money, please. Thank you. For real, but I'm so glad that you're here joining us, and on air we just want to say thank you to you because you are such an awesome part of what we're doing right now, and you are going to see much more of him in the future. Get ready, y'all, because we're trying to keep him local. He's gonna be more than local, but we're trying to keep him stationed here. We're not letting him loose to California anytime soon. Thank you. But anything you want to say to anybody before we go on with the rest of our tracks for the day? Anything you want to shout out? Anybody want to shout out? Anything you want to say?
Well, first off, I have to shout out my beautiful wife, Mrs. J.
Aww.
And tell her that I love her. But after that, I would definitely say thank you for those that are listening, and be prepared to listen to some things on my show that are going to be interesting, thought-provoking, and fun.
Bam! I like it. There's nothing you can say behind that, folks. So if you love him, get with him. He's right here on Club Light Radio. Check out his page. You can also catch him on Facebook.
You can catch me on Facebook, yes.
Twitter,
yes. And they all be DJ IQ. And it's not an I and a Q.
No.
It's EYEQUE.
Thank you for clarifying that for all of those people out there.
And so that's it.
DJ IQ, we love it. Well, then again, this is DJ George and Nicole right here at Club Light Radio. Keep it locked, and we got, I guess we'll catch you next week.
Peace.
Peace.